Big green button. Press the button. My wife's been saying that for years. Can you hear me now? You should hear me now. Is that good? No sound? Come on, Afra. You can hear me now. I have it on the TV and I can't hear. Turn the volume up, Annie. Okay, so can you hear me? Can you hear me? Should have sound levels. How about now? There's always a delay. Gotcha, there we go. We've got Zoe in the house and the team. Okay, so I've got comments now. This is better. We're kind of getting there. There you go, it's on. I've got my little speaker. Look at my speaker. This works. Unless you press the red button. Okay, there you go. All right, so we're good tonight. So thank you for joining us. We're working on this. So we're trying YouTube. Give me your feedback, what you think. I'd love to know this. I think at some stage, the software that I'm using, I can do on both channels. But you have to pay another subscription. I was like, yeah, cheers for that. So I think I can do YouTube and Facebook at the same time. But at the moment, I'm sticking to Facebook for the next week, just to see how it is and how we can tell our story. The nice thing about Facebook, it's really easy. Sorry, the nice thing about YouTube, it's really easy to find videos that people have not seen. They stay up obviously on your profile and your stories. I probably need to start sorting out the videos, stick them in different files as well, from the lives to our videos, just so it's quite an easy for people to find. But anyway, we think we're fairly good to go. And yeah, look, let me just I'm still testing, I'm still playing with this. So what happened today? Well, another day out with Rio. Lovely walk. Just me, Rio, and my lovely Luna Wolf. Out for a walk today. Rio was absolutely delighted to be out as normal. And yeah, we made it a little bit different today. So you might have seen yesterday, for those that have seen the video, of which we are truly grateful, to be honest with you. We had such an enormous kind of response from Rio running. Now I've stuck this on loads of channels. I've stuck it on LinkedIn, obviously on Facebook, on Instagram, but LinkedIn has been such a surprise for us. Loads of people know our story, but no one's really kind of engrossed with what we've been doing. Maybe because the content that I've been putting up there has not been, maybe wasn't so personalized as Team AngelWolf. The comments have been absolutely fantastic. So I'd like to thank anyone that's on LinkedIn, anyone that's on social media, just for lovely comments, just kind of seeing the raw side of Team AngelWolf. Zoe, I know you're on. You mentioned a lovely comment about Rio, getting the opportunity to walk and run with him, just to kind of see firsthand how happy Rio is. And it's something that we do encourage as much as possible as we go forward, as lockdown starts to relax. The more events that we start to be able to do, please come and join Team AngelWolf at our activities and get to know Rio firsthand. It's not about always social media. If we're based here in Dubai, obviously if we're based globally, we will start to travel, we hope. We've got big plans for next year, which we'll be announcing very soon. And I will tell you a little secret in a minute. But obviously, if you're based here in Dubai, do come and experience how happy Rio is when we do what we do. I cannot express it. You know, he is so content when we go out. Now that every morning, when we were previously going for cycle rides, in the morning, the first thing Rio says is walk. Before, it was car and bike. So obviously we've done that bit. I mentioned a little bit just on Instagram what we're going to be doing next month. It's going to be epic. I know some of you already know, but please keep it quiet. We're going to keep a little bit of surprise for everyone for next week, and think after we've got Climb with Rio World Tour out the way this weekend, how we can really get people involved. And maybe as things relax, maybe as we might ask Dubai Sports Council, can we have some more people join us? And what would those numbers be like? Because we might see at the moment, there are a certain amount of events happening. I don't want to make it an event, But if we could say, okay, there's a limit of X amount of people that could come and join us, that would be pretty awesome. So we're going to announce that next week. Also on an announcement, can't say this too much, but we want to do a very big race next year. And I found someone's email, LinkedIn, and they linked with me. They watched one of our videos. I've then just turned around and said, look, I really want to do this next year. So we're waiting for a response. So hopefully something quite cool is going to happen. And also we got a concept with the guys from Swift. Managed to get in touch with the CEO from Swift today, of which we've got an idea and a concept that we might be able to do together. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. It's all quite cool. So I did put this together a little bit last minute for those that are obviously already online. I have been trying to find, I have to admit, because we weren't doing this on a regular basis, the problem at the moment, when I just kind of thought about it, most of the images that we have here are from people, obviously, from the Zoe, the Mandy and the kids, from Happy Granny Face, and there's some couple of guys from what's the airline called? Fly Dubai, who have joined us this month. So Fly Dubai have been absolutely fantastic. They've been sending us loads of photos, but they've been emailing them. So fantastic. So I've got stuff on record. Everyone else, I have to apologize. If we stick stuff on stories, it disappears and I can't get it. But when we were there doing it daily before, if someone didn't send me stuff, I could literally go on, obviously, because they're sharing it with us. It's coming up onto account. I could screenshot it and last minute put together some posters as best I possibly could. So obviously at the moment, I don't have any of the stuff that people have done over the last 22 days with Walk with Rio. So I do apologize, but like we always said from the beginning, for me to have records, they need to be emailed to me. So hello@teamangelwolf.com, please send them to me, or stick them on your Facebook and I can drag them off there. So Zoe, Mandy, I apologize, and Annie, I went on your personal pages and I stole your photos. I'm not sure if there's anything against that or any rules or regulations, but if you find out tomorrow my internet has gone down, it's probably because I've taken some photos off your Facebook page. So just like to thank everyone for being involved with what you're doing, being moving. There's loads of little stories here from obviously people walking, loads of people active. I'm just going to mention, and I might need all the statistics, so Zoe, you need to type really quickly. Afra did one of the Swift, as we're talking about Swift the other day, or just a minute ago, one of the Tour de France challenges at the moment, which are going up on a regular basis. She had to do probably I think it was one of the hardest ones, 20 odd K, literally a vertical challenge. I think it was flat for the beginning and then just climbed. I got a feeling, Afra, did it take you 3 hours? I think it was something around there. Please type now and tell me exactly how far you went. 21K, there we go, Zoe, you need to type a bit quicker. So Afra, tell us, Afra, how old you are. For anyone else that's listening and tuning in at the moment, it was 1,530 meters of elevation. This is huge. This is gradient. I think the gradients were somewhere around 12 at some stage. Now, anyone that does Swift's bad enough when it's flat. When it goes up, it goes up. And I have to admit, I used it during lockdown. Okay, awesome. I used it during lockdown, and it was absolutely brilliant. It kept me super fit, did some of the amazing programs on it for about, I think I did one that was 8 weeks, a TT program, and it was brutal. So Afra to do 21K, 1,530 meters of elevation took us 3 hours, and she's 9. So there you go. That has to be my story for this week, or for today. We want to keep the stories coming. So if you're sending me photos, send me stories. because again, that's what we want Team AngelWolf Wolfpack Live all about. It's not just about Team AngelWolf, it's about you guys. And we're super grateful for anyone that tunes in. Obviously, we're trying our utmost to get this on many channels as possible, but if you like YouTube, I think it's pretty awesome because, again, you can share this as well, which is going to bring me on, and I'm going to do this super quick. Actually, hopefully I've got an extra page. There you go. I've got a good page. I've got a good finisher for today, and it's always good to kind of think, you know, about what everyone's doing, but I'm going to just bring a bit of a reality check to finish. What's happening this weekend? So hopefully you like the graphics. Absolutely fantastic pic from my lovely dear wife who tolerates me, I don't know how. But when we do these climbs, she takes some unbelievable photos. A hidden skill of lovely little Delphine. So she caught me on this one, stuck it in black and white, and I thought, oh, this is such a cool photo for Europe. So this weekend, 24th, 25th, 26th, we're going to climb 26 with a TH. That's probably good. Okay. We're going to climb a tower. I think we're going to have to do the Eiffel Tower. Let me just come back to me. I've been thinking about this, pondering around it over the last few days. It's kind of the only place where I kind of think I should be climbing. For those that know me, obviously from my accent, originally from the UK, from Cornwall down south. But my parents said, yeah, it's a bit cold, bit wet, gets dark by about 4 o'clock. Anyone that's tuning in from the UK, let's go and find somewhere a little bit warmer. So what do? They sold everything up, bought a hotel in France. I was 16. Kind of that age when school said don't come back. I was like, yeah, thanks for that, I better go to France then. So I trundled off to France and spent absolutely the first couple of years. I studied arts. That was my big passion, was design, and got into triathlon. So really that's where my story. So I have a huge association with France. And also when we got into triathlon, we traveled probably every 2 weeks. From when did our season start? From April. We used to start off down in the south coast at a place called La Grande Motte, which was the first Olympic distance triathlon of the season, really, in France, and everyone came down. All the pros came down, and triathlon was in its infancy then. And we used to, this kind of like late 80s, the beginning of the 90s, and we used to race at somewhere called La Grande Motte. It was absolutely freezing. We used to cover ourselves. I could only afford that time a wetsuit that was sleeveless. And I used to have to swim in my obviously when my parents were in the lake prior to that to get fit. Never really used to go to the swimming pool. Wasn't really into swimming pools. I was like, no, I like swimming in open water. So I used to swim in the lake. Used to use DP. I used to get for like a tube of DP. I used to cover it everywhere. I used to be boiling from when I used to get in. So I'd DP first, this wetsuit, and that was my swimming, and that was my swim training. So when we used to do the start of the season, they started in April, and every weekend we travelled around France, doing some spectacular races. And the great thing about France, especially in the summer, some of the locations are stunning. And because obviously France is so big, the roads are generally closed. So that was my introduction to triathlon, and just such an amazing variety of races, from mountains to hills to sea swims to river swims. You name it, we swam in it, and it was absolutely spectacular. So I kind of have a big connection with France, so I think I have to do the Eiffel Tower on Saturday night. So on Saturday night, let me explain, and I'll kind of come back to this. We're climbing Europe, and then obviously, if you want to know where we're going and in what order, that's the order. We will end up back in Asia in December. So we've kind of done a full tour. So the reason why we start in Europe, I kind of thought, yep, let's start in somewhere that we know. Obviously, Team AngelWolf originally from the UK, well, based here, but let's finish maybe back in Asia. So we do the global tour. This is what it's going to feel like. And if it's super popular, and I reckon it's probably, I was thinking about this earlier, I think it's going to take us about 6 months. I think life's about repetition. I think in 6 months, This is going to be huge. Honestly, I think it's going to be enormous. And I think loads of people are going to want to get involved, want to join. Yeah, let's get the logo back in there. Want to join, but it will take time. I think, like everything in life, takes time, takes repetition. So I think by the time we start again, that's my thought. And the reason why we've done it 6 months, and the reason why I started in July, so we finish in December, January, we're back in Europe. Makes sense. July, June, we finish, and then we start again in July, June, obviously. So this is really what's happening. And again, get involved this weekend. These are our worksheets. It's simple. The middle picture, draw. If you're a kid, draw. Show us where you're climbing. Take a photo, screenshot it, send it to us. Fill this out. We will share it. Brilliant. And even other stuff just to make every continent interesting. If you download the manual, there's loads of discovery things about this. So if you've got kids, honestly, get them involved. Please get them involved. This is fantastic, especially in the summer. Gives the children a little bit of a project to think about, as in, okay, let me do some research about Europe. Let me do some research about landmarks, whatever they might be, some buildings, some monuments. And then personally go, I want to climb the Colosseum in Rome, because that's awesome. There's so much history there. Just do some research about the Colosseum. And it's beautiful, and it's not too high. I think it's probably about 30-40 meters. So Big Ben at the weekend was 96, so it's somewhere around there. It's not too tall, so just awesome. Get involved, do it as a relay, as a family. There's no protocol of what you need to do. Is just be innovative. And the reason why we've done it with the dates, and let me just jump down to the calendar. So this weekend, July 24th, 25th, 26th, so it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anyone can climb at any time, but during that weekend. So they do their event at that weekend. And because obviously everyone around the world is different time zones, they can also start on, if you're in the US, start doing it on the Friday, whatever. But it might even be people working on Friday. So, but in Dubai or the UAE or the Middle East, it's a holiday. So it's a weekend. So they could climb on the Friday, but they go, okay, I don't want to climb in the evening. I want to do it in the morning. Brilliant. Share your photos. Some people might go, okay, Sunday is a better day for me because it's my weekend in Europe. So that's the idea, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to climb, shall I say it here officially? Okay, we're going to climb Eiffel Tower. It's done. I'll put a poster up tomorrow morning, tell everyone we're going to climb the Eiffel Tower. So join us, get involved, download the manual, register as well, because then it gives us some numbers and statistics, especially as we grow this. To get the manual, you need to obviously just put your name and your email. Thank you very much. And then we'll bombard you with stuff for the rest of your lives. Brilliant. And then just to finish tonight, keep it quite short. Khaled, you're rubbish. You didn't tell me to put the clock on. I've still got 15 minutes left. I haven't got 15 minutes left because, you know what, tonight, Tier's got a mate staying. They've said we want Freedom Pizza. I've gone, let's do Freedom Pizza. I've contacted Freedom Pizza and said, Freedom Pizza, do I get a discount? And they went, Nick, we forgot to give you one. So we're doing some Team AngelWolf vegan, plant-based pizzas tonight. Kind of makes sense. It's almost the weekend. But I'm going to finish off with something special because I was doing some stats, because we're doing lots of presentations at the moment for loads of different parties and hoping things are going to work out and personalizing them. So every time I do a presentation, I do this slide. Check this slide out. And I've done this one for tonight. Let me just move this over here somewhere. There you go. And I keep doing the stats of how far Rio has gone. And I haven't updated this from his walks, but we can just add 22 kilometers to the 7,900. Let's do the maths. And 37 kilometers Rio has done since 2014, which is just nuts. And then I went, because we were going to South Africa before, and then I thought, all right, South Africa's cool, love that, and devout if you're on. But then I went, that is the distance from Dubai to Tokyo. This is nuts. So this is how far Rio has swam, biked, and run over the last since 2014 for the last 6 years, and you can see the events there. They're just absolutely nuts. Actually, the cycle races might need to go up. That might have been the wrong figure, but we are 250 odd races of what Rio's done. So I'm going to leave you on that. If you need any inspiration for climbing at the weekend, just look at that. Just look at that. It's what this little boy has done. And all those statistics as well is not just me. And I don't want to, I don't want ever the focus to be about us, just about me and Rio. It's Tia, little wolf. She races with Rio. And there's a number of races there of which they are hers that she's done with Rio. But Rio has done those numbers, and they're racing alone. They're not training. We did include last month because obviously, we kind of consider that as a race. He was out there every day. So I think, yep, that should be a number for him, even though it wasn't a race register. And I think we'll do the same this month with him walking. But anyway, it just gives some stats. So yeah, just to finish on that, I'm going to finish on that tonight, just going Rio, 250 races. But you have swam, biked, and run the distance from Dubai to Tokyo. Brilliant. Tokyo's on my bucket list. I'm meeting with Toyota next week to find out where we go, because it's kind of that renewal agreement time. So let's see what Toyota can come up with. If not, we'll have to look for someone else. But Toyota, you've been absolutely fantastic. I still have to go to Tokyo. I still have to go to Japan. I have such a passion about Japan. There's something about the culture, something about the people, something about the food. I need to visit it. Anyway, that's a distant dream, maybe. Let's see what happens after the weekend. All right, guys, have a great weekend. We're back here tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. We do the same thing. We'll go on to Instagram first, come onto YouTube, and see how that goes. Hopefully it looks quite good. Still need to sort out the camera. I need a camera. Is anyone traveling? If anyone's traveling, I need to get this little thing. It's called a WeCam, XCam or something. It's this little adapter that you can use your camera. I can use my Sony camera and the Canon camera that I've got, and it converts the image live into your laptop. So it replaces your camcorder. And this is what anyone that does any what's it called? Any kind of webcams. Brilliant, because it's crystal clear. I get the image that I would get when we're doing a video. You can even use GoPros. How cool is that? You can use cameras, but the cameras uses a different software and it's rubbish. Anyway, have a great night. Think about what tower you're going to climb. If you are, start sending me messages. Start taking pictures of it. Stick it on stories, mention Climb with Rio, Team AngelWolf, and we will start telling people where you're going to climb. Do that for me, and then join us at the weekend. All right, guys, have a great night. Take care. Bye.